We asked what these people had in common naked. The answer, they all have tattoos.
Hey, it's all happening on this show, innit, tonight? We're talking about I've died more times than Captain Scarlet, I tell you. It looks like we've lost the Memphis piece, thanks to a rainstorm happening somewhere in the stratosphere, so we won't be able to go back there to Amanda, so we've abandoned her in the deep south. But now it's time to see if Les Miserable will laugh. Now, if you're eating your tea, you might want to stop at this minute, because now comes a snack that somebody else can eat between meals and is guaranteed to ruin your appetite. And kids, don't try this one at home.
Les Miserable says... Ratman and Robin from Manchester, make me laugh.
Hey, Robin, this is a life, isn't it? Blackpool in summer, sea, fresh air, seafood. What you got us anyway? What do you get us from that takeaway?
This is all I can get when it's not raining here.
They aren't lobsters and shrimps.
Yeah?
They are cockroaches and worms. I'm not eating one of them.
It's buffalo worm, they're good for you.
Are you sure?
She said they were.
Do they all eat them in Blackpool? I'll try one then, come on.
They do, but they don't know it.
Not bad then.
Gorgeous.
Remember what other things you got me there?
25 pence each then, were it? And these?
Oh, I love them.
40p.
Cockroaches. 40p were they?
40 pence each.
Well, at least they're fresh and they're alive. I mean, there's no sell-by date on a cockroach, is there?
These there isn't, no. Just for us, yeah. Forget about that. Eat it in your mouth, not your nose.
Really nice, they are.
Right, here's a special on this.
Oh, king size. Let's have a look at that.
£4 that.
Was that £4?
I won't tell you where I got it from. Everyone will want one if I told you. I think crap's on me.
Yeah. Hey, what talent. And we're uncovering plenty of talent in the future. The Total Recall is America's #1 movie of the year and has made Arnold Schwarzenegger the hottest star in Hollywood. I met him in Beverly Hills, where we hung out at the gym and chilled out in a flash hotel while we chewed the fats. Listen, I get around nowadays a lot. And what am I doing here? Bit flash, innit? Look at this. This is like early Greek McDonald's. Well, it is, of course, a Four Seasons hotel in Los Angeles. I'm here to interview Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
My development in my career was slow and systematic. You know, it started out when I retired in 1975 from bodybuilding championships, winning the Mr. Universe contest, Mr. Olympia, Mr. World, and all those titles, and then slowly got into show business, and really over the last 15 years built up a career. And there was really nothing that was fantasy-like. It was just very hard work, with tremendous struggle, tremendous dedication, always with the willingness to give up anything for it, and to really train as hard in the acting as I did with bodybuilding.
Did you find that girls started taking a bit of an interest in you as well when you started weight training?
Not really. It doesn't make any difference, because, you know, I would never spend an hour in a gym for a girl. I mean, you know, you do your sports because you think it's great, it keeps you fit. Maybe the side product of the whole thing is that women are interested in you and find it sexy. Some do, some don't. But I mean, I would never train for that purpose.
I was the only kid who ever got his money back off Charles Atlas, you know. I see you almost as like the new John Wayne in a way.
Well, you know, it's interesting you mentioned John Wayne, because the fact of the matter is that John Wayne was one of my idols when I was a kid. I remember watching the John Wayne movies, watching Marlon Brando, Kirk Douglas, and all those guys. So I admired them tremendously. But to be honest with you, at that time, I dreamt about possibly getting into films down the line, but I had no idea that it would go that far.
When I was a kid, I mean, I used to love John Wayne films as well, but I could always see them, whereas I don't think, you know, my mum and dad would like let me go and see some guy getting a spike through his eye, much as I would have actually liked to have gone to see that.
The interesting thing is that the kids go and see it no matter what.
Cut. Get ready for a surprise!
When my father said to me, you can't go to see this Marlon Brando movie because there's a lot of shooting going on and it's R-rated, you know, youth is not allowed to go in. And so I would go to the exit door and walk in backwards when the people came out, you know. That's how I got into the movie houses and see all those movies. Number one, for free, and number two, I could go in where youth was not really allowed.
If people started doing that in your movies, you wouldn't be so well off, though, would you?
Oh, I would be doing still fine. A few people sneaking in here and there. That's okay.
I was quite surprised to learn that George Bush has made you, like, head of PE, you know, kind of thing for the States, to get physical education back into schools in America and everything. But I always thought that American schools would have PE on the curriculum, you know, and make everybody do it.
Well, you're absolutely right that they do. Well, the only thing is that a lot of the schools now claim that there's a budget crunch and that they have to cut out physical education. That's very dangerous because sports does something for kids besides getting them in shape. What we learn from sports is the lessons of life.
When you said it gives you lessons in life, I think the soccer team I played for, it just taught me how to make excuses.
Excuses? Well, he learned all the negative things in life, right?
Well, we still learn about life, you know.
That's right, sport. Yeah, we always do.
But will it be an example? I mean, what will happen if some junior league football teams start lighting up cigars after the first quarter?
As long as they win, no one will care, believe me.
I want Quaid delivered alive for reimplantation.
Who the hell am I?
Bugs in your skull.
What is very special, I think, about this film is that although it is violent and it has a lot of action and suspense and all those kind of things, women love it.
That's for making me come to Mars.
Do you think women love it because the blonde girl's the baddie in this one? And normally they always say blondes have more fun, but they don't in this film, really, do they?
Well, she plays, the woman you're talking about plays my wife.
You wouldn't hurt me.
And I believe that she's 8 years married to me and I have this happy marriage. But the fact of the matter is that it's quite different.
After all, we're married.
Consider that a divorce. I find out that my memory has been erased, that someone has reprogrammed my memory, and I believe that it's my wife. In reality, it's not.
Your whole life is just a dream.
If I'm not me, who the hell am I?
Did you actually feel like that when you first came to the United States of America, in a way, especially like Hollywood?
Well, I felt a little bit like this, where you feel lost and you have to kind of start from the beginning and you have to reprogram yourself, re-educate yourself and start from the beginning, because everything you've learned up until now, except maybe your moral guidelines, you have to rework, you know, and you have to start from the beginning in many ways. So there was some of the things that I've gone through in reality, but I mean, thank God, not what I've gone through in a movie. You, I'm not you, you're me.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. And if you haven't seen Total Recall, brilliant film and probably the best thing that Arnold's done so far. Next week, the word really gets going with the biggest exclusive of all. We've got an interview with James Brown, the godfather of soul. Plus, we've got the Charlatans making their first live TV appearance, the Pixies with a number from the album, now number 3 in the album charts, and some attempts to make Les Miserable laugh again. And I suspect Amanda will probably be in the studio next week, so that we've got her here, where we know where she is. But before we go, we have to see how Bill's been getting on with his crystal therapy treatment to cheer him up. Shayna, look at this guy. He looks completely spaced out here, doesn't he? How is it, Bill? Do you feel all right?
I feel two things. My wallet's growing, and I feel like giving a song.
A song?
Yeah.
At this stage?
Yeah.
A song like, has it been a good subject?
Very good.
Very good.
Very
hey,
relaxed.
that's absolutely brilliant. And have you enjoyed clutching? What is that crystal he's got there?
It's called Love You Light.
Love You Light.
It's
and
lovely.
What does that do?
What did it do?
Well, not as good as the other one you were talking about, the sex. I would have rather had one
Well,
of
that's
those.
what you chose, honey. You chose it.
But don't forget that camera's got you in shot there.
Oh,
we don't want you pitching any tents on this show.
No, indeed.
Right, well, nice one. Anyway, the crystals are vibrating. Our stage is on the same ley line as Stonehenge and the concrete cows at Milton Keynes. I think... Can
I sing now?
Well, hang on, you can sing in a minute. Bill's Bill's waiting to go and sing his song. Do they actually help you if you're ill, these? Because they have crystal healers, don't they? But I always thought they were a bit...
They're just helping you help yourself. You've got to do it. You have to take responsibility for your own life and heal yourself.
Well, what about people who call themselves crystal healers?
They're just helping you to help yourself.
But they charge you quite a bit of money for it, don't they?
That's right. Some people feel they have to pay for it.
What's the most expensive crystal you've ever sold at your shop?
I don't know, about £700, I think.
£700? Would you pay 700 quid for a crystal now that you felt the vibes from that one?
Well, there'd have to be better vibes for 700 quid, wouldn't they?
Did you get a whacking vibe then off the £700 crystal?
Well, I guess that person did.
So why did you come to London to open a crystal shop?
Because there were lots of them in New York, and there isn't anything like my shop in London.
Is business booming, Shane?
Oh, yeah, booming.
Do you want a partner?
Got a partner somewhere.
Hey, we could have me and Bill.
Yeah,
like
nice,
little foursome.
Very good, very
And we
good.
could get the Channel Your Sexual Energies one.
Indeed.
Hey, you get off and do your song then.
Right.
Bill. That's what he's been waiting for.
Away
He's going to
we
join
go.
the farm. You saw the front cover of the NME this week. Now, this group is managed by Suggsy Out of Madness. They've been described as the unluckiest group in the country. Let's hope it isn't the case tonight, because the rest of the show has been pretty tough, hasn't it? Here's a new Mersey beat, The Farm and Groovy Train. See you next week. Thanks a lot, Shayna.
Get off your wheel. Nothing to do with us.
Word is that The Word will be back next Friday at 6 o'clock with the chance to see it again at 1 a.m.